you don't have to provide affordable housing in the same way that you have to provide public safety, for example, or public works. You have to take care of the streets. But I think it's a lack of recognition of how basic housing is to a neighborhood, for example. It's as basic as good streets. If you've got bad housing in a neighborhood, that tears down the neighborhood just as much as a street full of potholes. So I think there's a lack of recognition of how essential housing is to a city.
Well, the continuum of housing came out of a retreat well over 10 years ago, when we were struggling at the retreat on ways to think about what united all of us.
Our egos get in the way, our money gets in the way, our race gets in the way. It's just a lot of different things.
There needed to be more of a systemic look at what the issues were and how to be able to both preserve affordable housing and produce more of it.
And we had sort of a breakthrough where we realized, the city needs all forms of housing.
The word that united us all was continuum.
That continuum framework gave us the platform for the Housing for All campaign.
Housing for All campaign was a very, intentional and strategic shift.
The time that CNHED launched that campaign, there was no public awareness that the city was facing an affordable housing crisis. The campaign set out to do three things: raise public awareness, build political will to publicly invest in affordable housing, and get our Housing Production Trust Fund to $100 million.
It involved engaging residents, especially residents who live in affordable housing.
They gave me that platform that I needed to be heard. And it's very important to have someone with lived expertise, because we're coming with passion.
With CNHED, it was like not just homes, it was helping people to get the homeless off the street. So it was more diverse with all communities.
That was the motivating factor for me in advocating for the Housing for All campaign.
You have to know who to target, what to target, because if you don't, you can't address the issues correctly.
I've talked in front of the mayor, I've been down at city council many times.
Because I do believe that housing is for everybody. It's a human right.
Prior to that campaign, there were no newspaper articles on affordable housing as a problem. No one ran for office with affordable housing as one of their primary campaign promises. There were no council hearings on affordable housing, no new programs being launched. All of that has changed.
Bob felt like he'd taken the coalition as far as he could take it. Bob's retiring, or he's moving on. And then Steve began to really build the organization in a new way in some ways and expand it, really significantly expand it. There's over 100 groups now.
When I came in, I frankly got to ride a crest, if you will, of awareness, political will, and investment. Our advocacy has resulted in the district investing about $1.5 billion over the last 9 years in housing programs.
And so it started with a few dollars, and then it was a few more dollars, and then a breakthrough, $100 million for the first time, and then $100 million became the standard, and then $400 million one year. In some cases it was council, in other cases it was a mayor, took ideas and really implemented them. In some cases took them beyond what we ever imagined.
I think the groups that have been affiliated with CNHED have literally served tens of thousands of residents over the years in our great city.
And then there's thousands and thousands of more waiting, wanting the opportunity. I've been around, I've been to a lot of places, and they're good cities doing good stuff, but Washington, D.C. has had a commitment to this, and I don't see it going away. I do not.
And one of the biggest things that we realize that people need to have access to income. Because you can put them in a house, but if they can't stay, you failed, right? It's a failed initiative.